Now introducing the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black and blue trunks and top, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in at 124.8 pounds. She comes to the ring representing Team Guerrera with a record of 14 wins, 4 losses, and no draws, with 1 big victory coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Sao Paulo, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, here is Danila La Guerrera Ramos. Her opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and silver trunks and top. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, she weighed in at 125.8 pounds. She comes to the ring undefeated with a record of 6 wins, no losses, and no draws, with 3 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, here is Shannel the Sniper Butler. Referee Ben Rodriguez with final fight instruction.
Okay, ladies, bell end is good right here in the middle of the letters. Bell end is good here at the bottom of the waistband. Okay, you both received my instructions. You know what I expect. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
Ben Rodriguez is our referee. Shannel Butler, unbeaten, fights out of Philadelphia, known as the Sniper, in the black trunks. Danila Ramos in the black and blue.
I'm excited to see Shannel Butler tonight. She started off as an MMA fighter and said she felt like boxing was calling her because she's a natural-born striker.
Nicknamed the Southpaw, or the Sniper. She's a southpaw. You saw that straight left hand. This is scheduled for 8. Of course, the ladies fight 2-minute rounds. The straight left got right in again by Butler.
The one thing that I didn't mention in Taylor the Tape is that southpaws are always used to fighting orthodox. So this is nothing new for Shannel, whereas it might take a round or 2 for Ramos to get used to the range of a southpaw.
Especially in an orthodox fighter, they have different ways. You know, some like to step to the left, step away from that left hand, and others, you know, they say, hey, look, you know what, I'll step away from that right.
Good body shots going in.
Yeah, fighting on the inside. You see Butler, a couple of body shots. And some combination punching there by Ramos.
I like that Butler's being patient in there. She's a Philly fighter. One of her favorite fighters is Jerome Boots Ennis. She says that she looks at his patience as well, so I can see it translated.
Here's the final 10 seconds of round 1, scheduled for 8. We're underway here on the Zeus Network.
Yeah, we can see Butler just dipping down, not quite being able to see where the shots from Ramos was coming in, but there was good body shots by both boxers going in here.
Both ladies coming off wins for Butler. She got a win back on Christmas of last year. Ramos had a win in May of last year as well. Round 2, scheduled for 8. Combinations by both ladies. Butler.
Beautiful uppercut just gone in.
Yeah, left that uppercut. Another right hand by Ramos. Good head movement by Butler. Najee talked about bouts in it. She looking like bouts in this there.
She sure does. I'm seeing right now, Danila Ramos, she's very, very patient as well. You can see her experience showing. She actually had a fight with Amanda Serrano, and she's looking to take Butler in the deep waters.
Another amazing southpaw. So she's had experience before.
Straight left again by Butler.
The straight left is key. Ramos keeps reaching a little bit with the jab and leaving herself open with the straight right backhand right down the middle.
Butler now flicking the jab. And jabs to the stomach. Final seconds of round 2.
Nice overhand right.
You can see Butler just keeping just out of range and coming back with a good combination. But Ramos doesn't let her end the argument and finishes with a hook to finish. And she's still throwing, even though they miss.
Here's round 3.
Yeah, Ramos is out here to prove something tonight. She's 40 years old, but she's made it clear when we spoke to her in the fighter meeting that 40 is just a number. She doesn't feel 40, and she's making sure that right now she's exerting that output.
Stay on that jab, Shannel.
Well, there's a right hand. Catches Butler on the jaw.
There's nothing wrong with being 40.
I was going to say, Champ,
right.
Champ, you going to get up in the ring anytime soon?
We'll see, we'll see. I'll never say never.
Good 1-2 there by Butler.
Butler doesn't want to neglect their jab and just keep trying to throw the backhand only. She wants to set it up. Good inside work there.
Fighting on the inside. Ben Rodriguez warning Ramos about holding.
We're seeing some good dynamics from Butler. She looks comfortable out working on the outside. Looks also very comfortable on the inside too. She has a pretty good variation to her game.
One thing that she mentioned to us, well, two things, is she's got a good defense and good footwork, and we are seeing that here. She just taking that little step back and making Ramos fall short, like we see here.
Ramos is certainly active throwing. It's the connecting part. Now Ramos goes upstairs, now downstairs. And Ramos, very active at the end of that round.
Some great volume at the end to try to stamp the round.
A lot of the shots are going in, but not many are landing. But she is being the aggressor. She is trying to force. Here we are talking about the little step back. She gets caught just slightly there, but the 2 steps back, she covers up well. And now here's the inside work. Ramos is just tying her right arm up, trying to stop her from working. That's the experience that you can't buy.
So, champ, when you look at Ramos, if you were in their corner, you would tell Ramos what?
I'd be saying double your phases. Try not to throw single shots. You see, she can. Butler's really good at defending 1 or 2 shots, but when you come with another phase, she kind of gets a bit smothered because she puts her head down low and she can't really see what's coming next.
There's a one. About 3 shots there by Butler. Now Butler unloading the offense.
Butler's made it clear she has no plan B. She just has a plan A, and plan A is going to work. And right now, it seems like it's having some success.
Stay with your distance. Don't smother nothing.
She starts off every round, Butler very lively. She just needs to maintain that throughout the round.
There's a straight left hand again by Butler. And I'm surprised Ramos hasn't thrown more uppercuts because, as you pointed out, Butler likes to dip down and catch her.
She's dipping down to her left as the big right-hander's coming over.
I'm interested to see how the body work pays dividends later in this fight. Both ladies are investing heavily into the body early, and I want to see over the next couple of rounds if it'll take an effect.
Good combination.
Yeah.
Finishing with the hook. Great
right
overhand.
Hook. Here's the body work too by Butler. Ramos comes right back. Another right hook there by Butler. And Ramos now with the volume punching.
You can hear the coach saying double the jab. Both fighters need to use the jab to get the range and to set something up.
There's a good 1-2 for Butler. The end of that round.
I'd say the same for Butler as I'd say to Ramos. Don't just try and get one pop shot off, one hard backhand, one lead hook as she comes. Try and throw a few more combinations, punches in bunches.
Here we're seeing Butler. She's just going for broke here, you know, landing some good shots, overhand left and touching the body. She's been consistent to the body since round 1, and I love the dividends that is paying off.
Come to the halfway point of this one. Scheduled for 8. Yeah, the jab to the stomach.
She needs to keep this energy throughout the whole round. We see her have a good, 45-second start, and then it kind of fades. And when the rounds are close, it's all about your start and your end. That makes the referees give you the 10.
You can see Butler's done a better job, it seems, Najee, gauging the distance, using the jab, touching her to the body, touching her up high.
Yeah, use your feints.
Yeah.
Use your lead hand and set up the backhand, whether it comes straight, whether it comes round, whether it comes up.
There's the straight jab there. She stayed on her toes.
Nice check hook on coming in.
Again, touching the body is Butler.
Butler's having a lot of success when she's working off the jab.
Yep.
Her jab seems to really be blinding Ramos. She's using the jab and setting up combinations off the back of that.
Moving better, giving angles. Oh, there's a good solid left hand by Butler.
We can see the markings now around Ramos's face. The eyes got a little cut.
Another left hand by Butler gets in. Touches her again with the jab. Yes, she has.
That check left hook is open all night. It seems the bank is cashing checks tonight.
That right hook is usually lethal for a southpaw.
If she could finish that with a backhand, she could have Ramos in trouble.
Solid three-punch combination by Butler to cap the round. And without a doubt, the best round of the fight thus far for Shannel Butler.
100%. She seemed to have found her flow in that round. She was comfortable, her hands were down, her movement was confident, and she couldn't miss with everything she threw. There's the backhand we see. And she has got a slight reach over Ramos. So use your jab to stop everything from coming up. And there's...
I saw some slight bleeding out of Ramos's nose. We're now entering the part of the fight where her why. She's going to have to start asking questions. What is her why? And how she's going to step up. She mentioned that her daughter is the reason that she does this fight game. So I'm looking to see her try to step it up and utilize her why.
When you look at the past fights for Ramos, she's been off and on. She's coming off a win. That is last May. Before that, she had a loss. Before that fight, had a win. Before that fight, had a loss. So, off and on.
If you look at the losses, one is to, as Najee said before, to Amanda Serrano, who...
Sit down. Let me pull it out back like that. Sit down.
There's no shame losing to Serrano.
No,
none at all.
There's that right hook again by Butler.
Great defense.
Straight left hand again by Butler.
There's a bit of you go, I go here.
Yeah.
You know, Ramos has some pretty long reach. I would like to see her try to utilize her jab to keep Butler from coming inside. Just like that.
The problem is Butler is doing, she missed slightly there, but she's trying to counter the lazy jab that comes, because it's not coming with any speed, or it's just a flick, so she knows it's not going to hurt.
Under a minute here in round 6. That left hand gets in.
You can see Butler, she's in a flow state right now. She has a lot of rhythm. You know, the rhythm in her game is increasing as the fight's going on, and she seems to be getting a bit stronger.
I think for the first couple of rounds, she was just ducking her head down. Now she's ducking and moving her feet, which is getting her out and round, and Ramos doesn't know where she is.
The Philly style of fighting started to show itself in the 5th. Stiff jab by Butler. Body work by Butler. As we cap off round 6. As we talked about here on the Zeus Network, we've got the full undercard for the main event. Claressa Shields and Franchón Crews-Dezurn. These are just some of the undercard fights you'll see, 7 in total. Of course, the featured bout, Samantha Worthington and Matisse. We're in the first fight of the night. Shannel Butler and Danila Ramos. A couple of middleweights. We'll go 4 rounds once we're done. Round 7 coming in a fight that Shannel Butler has dominated. And again, working behind the stick. And here comes Ramos.
She's still bouncing on her toes, Ramos. She's still trying to put up a fight and make this competitive.
Oh, Butler tattooing Ramos now.
She's found a range with that lead hook and that backhand.
Here comes Ramos again coming forward. Butler trying to fight off the ropes.
She in the corner, keep it in. She holding, man.
Showing good experience there, Butler, the way she was on the ropes and spun around and had Ramos quickly facing the ropes himself. Usually takes a few fights to be able to get that kind of ring craft.
And left hand again, straight left, catches Ramos coming in.
Butler's definitely showing some sharp skills from someone who was an MMA fighter for most of her combat sports career. You kind of can't tell. It doesn't really look like she has the MMA background. The moves that she's making are definitely boxing movements.
Just got a warning from Ben Rodriguez. Told Shannel Butler to bring the punches up.
One of the things she did say when we interviewed her yesterday was that her stand-up was always the best part of her MMA, and that's why she transferred over to boxing.
Oh,
great.
Nice. That one knocks Ramos back to the ropes.
Hey, I believe that was the boots Ennis that she said that she was modeling her game after right there.
Just look at the two corners. You can see that. Great uppercut.
Nice hook.
She just stops after 1 or 2 shots, then it misses, but it's the 3 and 4 that catch. That's why she needs to throw a few more punches in the combination. But look how relaxed she looks in the corner. She's not gasping for air. She looks very calm. She's taking it all in, and she's ready.
Seems like the corner advice is close the show.
Close the show for the sniper, unbeaten out of Philadelphia.
I want defensive responsibility too. There you go.
Both on their bounce. There's
Great
the left.
uppercut.
Again, catches Ramos. Catches her again with the uppercut.
And it's the follow-up shot. That's it. The first shot, that uppercut's great, but the hook after it.
I also like the foot pressure that Butler's putting on right now. She's using educated foot pressure. She's stepping over every time Ramos moves back. She's stepping over just to cut off the angle, and it's putting on mental pressure as well.
There's nothing more tiring in boxing than punching out of your own rhythm. So every time that she comes, you can see Ramos just flicking a jab out because she's trying to keep it off and keep it off. And Butler's just there with the front foot pressure and making a feint and making a panic.
Again, Butler using the movement for defense. Tags her with the left hand. Final 30 seconds of this fight. Here's the left hand. Backs Ramos up. There's another left hand.
Nice body shot.
And the experience of Ramos just holds her down, holds on to her till the referee says break and she can catch a little second.
Another left. The sniper has found the mark here in Detroit. I think what we just saw was probably a dominant one-sided performance by Shannel Butler. Tell me what you saw first, champ.
I mean, I think it was round 2 or 3 that I give to Ramos. I just thought she ended the round better, but every other round was quite dominant by Shannel Butler. And if you look at the 2 faces at the end,
yes,
you can tell which one's taken the most punishment.
Absolutely. What do you think, Najee?
Listen, Shannel Butler is from North Philly. They make them tough up there.
Yeah.
So we saw the display of toughness, and she lived up to her name, the sniper. It seemed after round 4, she started to get a bit more accurate and utilizing that jab and coming behind with the straight left hand down the pipe. So she was definitely the sniper tonight and lived up to it. Also want to give Ramos credit too, because she didn't give up. She constantly fought throughout the entire bout, and at no point did she want to lay down.
I thought Ramos made every round.
Well, the official judge's decision is in. Let's find out who won this fight.
Ladies
Here's
and
Pete
gentlemen,
Trevino.
please put a big round of applause together for both of the fighters in the center of the ring. After 8 rounds of championship boxing, we read the judges' scorecards. Judge DeYoung scores the matchup 80-72. Judge Smith scores it the same, 80-72. And Judge White scores it 79-73. All for your winner by unanimous decision and new women's WBC International Champion, Shannel the Sniper Butler.
So Shannel Butler remains unbeaten, now 7-0 after getting that unanimous decision over Danila Ramos in a one-sided fight. As we roll it back and take a look at what happened. And it was Butler, it seems, with that uppercut and that straight left hand. That was the difference here in this fight.
Yeah, Butler started to pot shot throughout the night. It seemed that she got her timing midway through the fight. And from there, that left hand was working all night.
Not only that, I think she realized that she could hit Ramos. She had her in trouble, I think, at the end of one of the rounds.
That 5th round was where she really picked it up and put it on Danila Ramos.